Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome. This is See You Next Time. Today, we're trawling round the septic tank of Reddit, dodging the chocolate starfish, and asking the question, am I a goddamn spanner? We'll sit a spell in the airport lounge to avoid our frenemies, tap our gold-digging mate for a free meal, and wonder what to do with our money. But before that, why not like, comment, subscribe. There's a wheel of brie in it for you with your name on it. Brie will be purchased by yourself with your own funds and your name scribed on it with a pointy stick by yourself. Your soul is at risk if brie is used for any other purpose than eating, and desire for brie may go up as well as down. Anyway, enough with the T's and C's. Let's get straight into a masterclass in using sarcasm to tell someone to stay the flip out of your business. Enjoy. This one's from Head in Pain. Am I a bollock for being sarcastic with another parent? I'm a 21-year-old single dad to my 5-year-old daughter. Her mum is very inconsistent in her life. When it's things like Christmas and birthdays, she shows up and it's all sunshine and unicorns, but otherwise she can't be bothered and is too busy pursuing the normal 20s she so craved. This past weekend, my daughter was invited to a birthday party. The parents were invited and, more or less, encouraged to stay. I had nothing better to do, so I stayed. Most of the parents I knew, but there were a few there I didn't. At this point, I'm used to people work out the age math in real time. I've explained that I know I'm young, but I'd like to think I deserve some kudos for being 5 years in, and I'd like to think I'm not totally incompetent. About half an hour in, this lady comes up to me, asking which one is mine. I pointed my daughter Morgan out, and I asked which one is hers. She points her daughter out. She goes, "So, are you an older cousin pulling chauffeur duty, or a stepbrother, or—" I said that I was Morgan's dad. Shocked look, which she quickly tried to get rid. She asked if Morgan's mum was at this party too. I said she wasn't and told her I was a single dad. I didn't want to get all specific and say Morgan's mum only shows up when it's fun days like birthday and Christmas. This lady goes, "Geez, and you think you'll know what you're doing?" I say that I take it day by day, situation by situation. She goes, "You really have to know what you're doing." I told her I understood. She asks me what my plan is if I start to slip as a parent. I told her my plan is to drive Morgan into the woods, take $20 to her wrist, give her a hearty handshake, wish her good luck, and tell her to run free. The lady gets mad, tells me she asked a legitimate question, and said she hopes that my clear lack of maturity doesn't seep into my parenting. I walked over to Morgan, gave her a big hug, told her I loved her, and kept it moving. Am I a bollock? God damn, he showed some restraint there in my book. I don't get why people think they have all the entitlement in the world to just jump in and judge people right up in their face in situations like this, on the basis of nothing but a momentary snapshot and their own prejudices. Sure, judge all you like, but keep it in your own sodding head. Anyway, 100% non-bollock to the OP, and the busybody mother gets awarded prize dickhead status. This one's from OK Fisherman. Am I an absolute mushroom for paying for a lounge at an airport during a long layover? I'm travelling with 5 friends now, and we are travelling cheap. However, we had one long layover in an airport with a great VIP lounge. The thing about these lounges is that they have free food and liquor, and comfortable chairs and shower facilities. I told my friends what I was about, and they all said that they didn't want to waste the money. So I went to the lounge by myself. I had some snacks, a few drinks, a quick nap, a long, hot shower, and then I caught up with my friends at the gate. My phone was fully charged, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and a little drunk. When we started talking, they were bitching about the cost of everything at the airport. They asked why I looked so pleased with myself. I told them about my stay in the lounge. 2 of them got visibly angry. They said I was an absolute mushroom for not telling them everything there was in the lounge. They had actually spent more on food and drinks than I had. Plus, I got to nap in a comfy chair and have a shower. I said that lounges aren't a secret and that the internet exists. They could have looked at the same information I did. Am I an absolute mushroom? So, are you a mushroom for paying for the VIP lounge? Of course not. Yet, you are still 75% mushroom. How can this possibly be? You ask in bewilderment. Well, when you told them what you were about, this clearly did not include any details. Fair enough, they didn't ask, but a decent friend would have told them. This absolutely reads like you were smugly trying to pull one over on your, well, not friends, but frenemies. Thus I have spoken. On y va? Side note, I've got to give a nod to these amazing mushroom time-lapse videos by Stephen Axford on Planet Fungi on YouTube. I'll drop a link in the description below. This one's from a throwaway. Am I a member of the Pen 15 Club for telling my friend to stop flaunting her money and calling her a gold digger?
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas.
I'm a 39-year-old woman and have been BFFs with Jill, who's 40, since we were in high school. Between the two of us, she's always been a bombshell. Blonde, tall, slim, big boobs, etc. She never dated anyone in high school, which was weird to me because almost everyone in our school did, including myself. When we were in college and she was still turning guys down, I asked her why, and she said she wants someone who is financially stable. I laughed it off at the time. I should also mention she grew up poor, as in her mother was going to the food bank poor. After we graduated, she got a job at the gym teaching yoga. I continued my education to be a teacher. She eventually met someone at the gym and he's rich. Like I can't even comprehend the kind of money this guy has. Fast forward to now, they're married with 2 kids, and I believe she signed a prenup when they're married. We were out to dinner on the Saturday that just passed with 2 other friends from college, and she wanted to go to a very expensive place. Her treat. She does this a lot, flaunts her money, clothes, trips, etc, etc. I always try to smile and ignore it, but it has been slowly bothering me. The dinner was going fine until one of our friends, Amanda, asked Jill what she was planning for her birthday. Jill said her and her husband are going to Greece for 3 weeks. Amanda and Sharon both made comments about how nice and lovely that is, and I kinda scoffed at it. When Jill asked me what was wrong, I admittedly lost it. I told her I'm tired of her flaunting her money at everyone all the time, and everyone knows she only married her husband for money. It got really quiet for a couple of seconds, and to my surprise, Jill asked very calmly if that's what everyone really thought. I said yes. Jill then asked if it was at all possible that she initially dated him for his money, but fell in love with him along the way. Both of our other friends said, of course. At the same time, I said no. I told her she fell in love with what he can provide for her. She then asked me if I love what my boyfriend provides for me, which I said was different because I never started dating him for those things. She countered that with, of course you did. If you were just attracted to him but he wasn't loving, providing and caring, you wouldn't still be in a relationship with him. And if you were, it would be an unhappy and unhealthy one. I argued it's still not the same thing. She then stood up and said she has other places to be, and not to worry about the bill. She left and the 3 of us finished our meal in silence. When the server came round, he handed me the bill for my meal only. She paid for herself and the other 2, but left me to pay for an almost $50 meal that I really couldn't afford. I texted her and called her an asshole. She replied saying not to message her again until I apologised for my earlier comments. I admit I might have been too hard, but I don't think I'm wrong. So, am I a member of the Pen 15 Club? I'm just going to summarise briefly. My best friend of 25 years treated me and the girls to dinner at a nice restaurant, and I got overcome by a jealous rage which has been steadily building since high school. I'm better than her, and I deserve nice things more, so I screeched in her face and made the night painfully awkward for everyone. Please tell me I'm not a twat. Yeah, so the OP doesn't seem to be much of a friend. In fairness, from what's been written, the girl does seem to have gone down the marry into money route that's open to beautiful people. Though she also seems to have avoided the much more cynical bang everyone until you find Richie Rich or Lionel Loaded that's also an option. Reading what's written in 100-point capitals between the lines, the OP's hugely jealous of the life her friend has, despite being a willing beneficiary of the clothes, trips and meals that her friend treats her to. As an aside, I'm seriously skint, and even I wouldn't call a $50 meal very expensive. pricey, sure. And to be clear, there's no way in hell I'm paying that for a meal. But very expensive? Nah. Basically, OP screwed herself with her own rage and jealousy and got stung for $50. I can imagine it getting frustrating, but her relationship just ain't your business, and it's kinda scuzzy to take her handouts then bitch her out to her face over dinner. That said, I suspect getting those freebies from her is no longer a contradiction you will be dealing with. 60% Pen 15 Club member. This one's from Turbulent Claim. Am I a colossal tit for using my kids' college accounts for my retirement? I'm confused if I'm being a dick, so my friend pointed me here. I have a college account for each kid, and they all have around 50k at the moment. Now my oldest went to trade school, and we used his account to pay for that. It was relatively cheap. My daughter went to a small cheap community college before she dropped out. She's now married and a stay-at-home mum. So both of the accounts still have a ton of money in them, and the two kids are well established at this point. The oldest makes 6 figures at this point, and my daughter married well off, and if they did divorce she would get a lot. So I entered the accounts to use for my retirement. I mentioned it at dinner and they were pissed, saying they still deserved the money even though it was for college only and they never put a cent in. They both called me a dick. They asked why I could retire early. I told them the reason. I wasn't going to hide it. They knew money was in the account. It would have come up eventually, if not for them but asking if they could use the extra for their kids. Am I a colossal tit? Okay, to sum up, the kids had a college fund, went to college, and are now grown adults with settled lives, and no longer in need of the money, but still see fit to hassle their parents about this money because they deserve it. Yeah, screw that. There's a wonderful turn of phrase in a comment from Cronkless Order. You paid for their education with your money. Whatever is left over is yours to do with what you want. Quote, I mentioned it at dinner. Mother of God, why? Stop telling people stuff. Put people on information diets. Oversharing put you in this position. So yeah, 0% colossal tit. And just like that, those goddamn spanners are all gone, and we can once again see the beauty in the world. Sunshine, birdsong, rainbows, the inevitable and imminent demise of humanity. Ain't life just wonderful? Perhaps you and a friend could get together and build a bomb shelter, primarily using toilet roll tubes and sticky back plastic, revelling in the utter futility of it all, before clicking that little bell icon and carefully placing a copy of this video in a lead-lined box to confuse any post-apocalypse civilizations. And remember, most importantly, women, eh? Can't live with them. See you next time.